Okay, if you've ever separated your artwork in Photoshop perfectly and then gotten to your Risograph printer and then you think to yourself, is this actually gonna work? This video is for you because creating the digital file is the clean part. The real artwork happens when the paper starts shifting, the layers look wrong, and the machine decides to have a personality. Today I'm printing my artwork Strawberry Lake at Outlet PDX, and I'm going to show you exactly what this process looks like, when it goes right, when it goes wrong, and what you should pay attention to if you're new to risograph printing. In my last video, I showed you the clean, digital side of the process, working in Photoshop, but today is the part that matters just as much, the printing. And if you're new to Riso, the first thing I want you to know about printing with multiple colors is that your print will probably look weird before it looks good. And that's normal and you're not messing up. This print started off as more of a CMYK style idea, but without the black, because I wanted fewer colors to work with and I didn't want the file artwork to look too dark. I'm using the colors yellow, fluorescent pink, and aqua. So for this CMYK version, cyan became aqua, magenta became fluorescent pink, and yellow stayed yellow. I could have used a more standard color blue, like a federal blue, but I chose the aqua because it gives the whole print a dreamier and creamier feel to it. And that soft, summery haze was the kind of effect that I wanted. When I first started printing on this day, the printer was actually behaving, which kind of felt suspicious to me. And then the first problem happened. I brought my old paper because I wanted to use something that was slightly thicker, and it was ever so slightly more slippery than the stock that they usually carry at Outlet. And the Risograph printer was like, no. It jammed over and over. So I ultimately switched to their stock just so that the process could move faster. And this was just such a classic Risograph lesson that your perfect plan in your head is always negotiable. Sometimes the issue can be with your file, it can be with the machine, it can be with the paper, it can be with the feed. So if you're printing and then suddenly everything goes sideways, don't immediately assume I ruined everything. A lot of the time when you're encountering issues with risograph printing, you just need to change one variable. Risograph printing is not like hitting print on a regular printer and getting an exact copy of what was on your screen. This is the part that can be a little confusing if you're new to Riso, because Riso looks wrong, especially if you're printing multiple colors, until it doesn't. The first layer can look really underwhelming, the second layer can look a little bit okay, and then the third layer hits and then you're like, oh, there it is, there's my artwork. So if your first pass looks a little ugly, don't panic. Especially with multi-layer prints, you really do have to wait for the layers to start talking to one another. And then there's registration, which basically means how those layers are lining up with each other. And registration is rarely perfect in risograph printing. And that's because the paper can shift, the machine can drift, and tiny movements happen. And that's not necessarily a failure. A little wobble can make the print feel more alive, and it can make your artwork feel handmade because it is, rather than sterile. I also want to show you the misprints because this is really important. Sometimes the printer wildly shifts your paper and it looks completely wonky, but those misprints are how you learn about the risograph printing process and the personality of your machine. And you start noticing tiny things like, does this printer skip every fifth print? Does the ink lay just a tiny bit better in one setting rather than another? And that kind of knowledge is hard to learn just from a tutorial alone. You learn by printing and seeing what fails and noticing patterns. So yes, misprints can be a little annoying, but they're also very important information. This is the third edition of Strawberry Lake, and one of my favorite things about reprinting artwork is comparing the different editions, because you learn a lot from this simple exercise. Even when you're printing the same exact image and using the same basic color logic, the results are still different. Compared to my second edition, my third edition is ever so slightly less punchy, especially in the reds of the strawberries. It's the same artwork, same general idea, with a slightly different result. So the Riso is not a copy machine. Your masters can change, your ink changes, paper changes, humidity changes, and that variability can be absolutely frustrating if you have one really specific idea in your head of how your artwork should look. But it can also feel a little bit magical, because sometimes your print becomes something slightly different, and sometimes even more beautiful than you could have imagined. So if you are new to risograph printing, this is what I really want you to take away from this. Your first prints might be weird. They might be off, they might not look exactly how you imagine them, and your digital file is only half of the artwork. The rest happens here, with the machine, the ink, the paper, and all the tiny variables that you cannot always control. So instead of aiming for perfection, I would aim for this: making extra test prints, be open to adjusting your paper choice, pay attention to how each layer changes the overall image, keep your misprints. Your first edition probably won't be your best one, but it will teach you things that will make your second and your third editions much better. If you want to support this channel and help me make more risograph printing videos, this print is available on my shop, and I'll link to it down below. If this video helped, please watch part 1 of this video here, where I show you exactly how I prepared this artwork in Photoshop, how to easily separate color layers into separate files, and how to bitmap those grayscale images so that your risograph printer can actually read it and print it. And thank you so much for being here, and now go make something beautiful. Bye.